we are going to show you guys what not to do with your brand. So like we were saying, your brand is important, but the main important thing is to just not blow it. And these people blew it. So we'll take a look at a couple of those and take some learnings away from it. Especially if you're international, there's a lot of nuances that you want to understand. And if you're even American or from the US and then you're selling it at foreign markets, you got to pay attention to these things too. So right here, this looks like an Amazon listing, and fortunately, they decided to go with their brand name of the foreskin. Now, this might have made sense. I'm not sure why they chose the letter 4 or the number 4, but it's a skin for your phone. But if you're not aware, go look up foreskin, and you will understand that this was a poor choice. So definitely make sure to translate your word, and then go ahead and maybe have somebody in that market just that knows that language look at it and let you know if you blew it, because they kind of blew it on this one. Another example of a translation error is this. So the Darlin here, these are the retard capsules. So I think where they're going with this is a sleep medicine, or it makes you relaxed or something. So it slows you down. And technically retardation is slowing down, but it's a very derogatory word that is used in the Western world. So another example of that. And now here's another translation error where we had the Johnson's bitch spray. So technically a female dog is a bitch, but that's not how it is used in English. Now here's an example of a German one, and actually I was talking to co-video editor here who's German, and Tobias was saying, oh, super dickmans, I never thought of it like that. But yeah, dickman, that's all I have to say. Now we also have the I don't know why. Sorry if these are offensive, but they're just examples of the so gay water is kind of self-explanatory. And if it's not to you, gay is homosexual people, let's say, in the United States and the Western world. So not a good choice. We also have the placenta skin whitening and anti-aging. Yeah, this one is a miss as well. Like I said, you could Google all of these words if you're not sure. Poor choice. So if you're selling a food product, I highly suggest that you don't use, a disease that could, is life-changing and bad with the name of your food brand name. So, I'd roll out Ebola pizza, herpes pizza. Probably don't use AIDS pizza, or don't use AIDS with whatever this was. I'm not sure exactly what they were doing, but it helps you turn down a turnover. So, yeah, don't use diseases in your brand name. Another thing to be aware of is descriptive terms. Don't get you can go bad with if you go too literal with these. So technically, this is the pedi file. So pedicures are for the feet, and so this is a file for your feet. While this technically makes sense, if you didn't know, but pedophiles are not good. So it looks like pedophile. Don't name it after child molesters. That's probably a poor choice as well. Diseases, don't do that. Offensive words, don't use those. Child molesters, don't use those. So there's also ones that are kind of not nicknames, they're just things that are culturally part of one. So this is called going postal. So this might not make sense if you're international, but basically in 1986, there was a big postal shooting, and the guy shot a bunch of people up and then killed himself. And now in the United States, if somebody goes crazy or nuts, we say they're going postal. So you would not want to have going postal. We'll move on to the next one. We also have some other examples of brand failure. So if you go with too descriptive, be careful. So this was the whack off insect repellent, which is, it's very literal and true. And it's even used by the armed forces. Wow, that's great. The armed forces chooses whack off. Next one. Another great example of descriptive going wrong, the golden shower fountain from TNT. And then we have the crispy hexagons. A little bit too literal there. I'm not sure who approved that. So maybe this got delegated somewhere down the line. So overall, go ahead and just show your brand name to somebody from that native market that you're going to be selling into before you make it. You don't want to have to start your entire brand name over, or also think about what markets might you go into in the future, or how could this brand expand out. And then it might look great for your current product, but if you're going to add more products, it might be limited by the name that you go ahead and choose. So just overall, make sure that it matches what you're trying to do, is not offensive. It does not mean something else in a different country, and you should be okay, because there's a lot of great companies in the world that their brand meant nothing until they made it into something. So you can make something out of nothing. At the end of the day, you create the brand and what it means. But just don't choose something that already means something to somebody else, because now they're going to be tied to that. But if it's unknown or associated with positive feelings or something else, you should be fine. Just don't do the costly errors that we went over in this video.